Hello, and welcome to DoS Top 10's, where we like memes and 90s references almost as much as we like breaking down basketball. If you've been watching the playoffs, you've probably noticed the Gasol brothers playing against each other. And if you're like me, you've probably wondered, who are the best family members in the NBA? And if that extremely specific case just so happens to be you, then you're in luck because that is what this video is all about. Now we need some parameters and stipulations before we get started. First, they have to be immediate family, as in fathers, sons, or brothers. No cousins, second cousins, or the like. Sorry Vincent T-Mac. Second, they can stack, so if there are 3 family members in the league, that adds a bit of extra value. And they will be judged based on years played, dominance, and stats. Let's get started.
Number 10.
Starting at number 10, we have the father-son duo of Bill and Luke Walton. Bill played for John Wooden's UCLA powerhouse in the early 70s, and after being drafted number 1 by the Trailblazers, he would step right into a leadership role, leading the Blazers to an NBA championship and winning MVP. He was forced into a role player position later in his career by several foot injuries, but found a great role with the Celtics at the end of his career. After he retired, he went into broadcasting, and he is one of my favorite broadcasters to listen to because of his extremely passive-aggressive relationship with his partner.
The action, people can see that you're actually playing the Glockenspiel.
This is called a Glockenspiel, okay? Made famous. It's a German name.
You broke it.
No, I didn't break it. It comes apart like that. That's how you transport it. You can, please, don't you know anything about Glockenspiels? That's not a bear. That's a beaver. That's a beaver.
That's a bear, Bill. The Cal Bears. The Bears.
That's a little tiny bear.
All right, can we stop interviewing the Glockenspiel guy and focus on the game, please? They're making a run here.
You called it a blowout 20 minutes ago.
Gets me every time. 3 of his 4 sons played college basketball, and Luke, his second-born son, had a long NBA career with the Lakers, where he would go on to redefine the bench warmer position, learning as much as he could while Phil Jackson was the coach. After his retirement, he went on to be the assistant coach for the Warriors and is now the head coach of his old team, the Lakers. Bill and Luke were also the first father-son combo to win multiple championships each.
Number 9.
At number 9, we have Dick Van Arsdale and Tom Van Arsdale. Dick and Tom. No, that isn't it. Next up we have identical twins, Dick and Tom Arsdale. They played together at Indiana in college and entered the NBA draft in 1965, where they were drafted back-to-back in the second round with the 10th and 11th picks. They were both solid defenders and good volume scorers throughout their careers. They both made 3 All-Star games, All-Rookie Team in 1965-66 season, and both retired in 1977. So basically what I'm saying is they were the same player. Look, see? Same player.
Number 8.
Michael, and Klay Thompson. Michael Thompson Sr. was the number 1 overall pick in 1978. He had a successful career with the Trailblazers, Spurs, and Lakers, and won the NBA championship in 1988 and 1989. His son Klay Thompson has become an NBA star in his own right with the Golden State Warriors and holds the 4th and 7th best single seasons for three-pointers made, and will most likely finish his career as one of the best shooters of all time, barring any major injuries. Michael's other son Michael also had a brief stint in the NBA, playing with the Cavs in 2012 and has been in the D-League ever since. Klay and Michael Sr. are one of only a few father-son duos to win NBA championships.
Number 7.
At number 7 we have Tim Hardaway and Tim Hardaway Jr. I might be a bit biased putting them this high, mostly because Tim Hardaway is one of my favorite players from the 90s, and I like the potential of Tim Hardaway Jr. as a 3-and-D player. I could talk all day about how good Tim Hardaway was, but I'll let his highlights speak for themselves.
Number 6.
Reggie and Cheryl Miller. Maybe a bit of a surprise at this spot, but hear me out. Cheryl is considered one of, if not the greatest, women's basketball player of all time. She scored 105 points in a high school game her senior year, dominated in college, winning Player of the Year 3 times and winning 2 national championships, won silver medal in 1983, averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, gold at 1984 Olympics, and again in 1986. She was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1995 and is currently the coach of the CSLA basketball team. And hopefully we all know Reggie. He was the skinny, trash-talking, clutch performer for Indiana. He made All-NBA team 3 times, is second all-time in three-pointers made, second in offensive rating, and 22nd in scoring all-time. He is a respected sports analyst now, but we'll always remember when he was out there doing things like this.
Number 5.
Kobe and Joe Bryant. For those who have never heard of him, Kobe Bryant was an NBA player in the 2000s and 2010s, 2010s, aughts. What do you call 2010 to 2020? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, he was a great scorer and won 5 championships with the Lakers. In my opinion, he is one of the 2 most hard-working players ever, and he had a competitive fire we probably won't see in the league for a long time. His father was a decent player for his time in the league, but let's be real here. Kobe is kinda carrying this father-son duo to this spot on the list.
Number 4.
Dominique, Gerald, and Damian Wilkins. The human highlight film Dominique and his brother, the Jordan stopper, Gerald, played in the 80s and 90s. Dominique is one of the best dunkers of all time. He was a dominant force throughout his career, and these clips just show how well warranted his nickname actually was. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2006. His brother Gerald was much less dominant but still had an extremely successful career, earning himself the nickname the Jordan Stopper for his defense on MJ in the 1993 playoffs. Gerald had a son named Damian who played in the NBA from 2004 to 2013.
Number 3.
And fittingly at number 3, we have the Curry family. This one will probably be a contentious one. It was very difficult for me to place the Curry family on this list because based on the individual accolades they have collected, they shouldn't maybe be quite this high. But there's so much potential with Steph and Seth, and Dell was such a great shooter and solid role player in the 90s that they just had to be up this high. If you disagree with this spot, I would encourage you to post a blown 3-1 lead joke below.
Number 2.
Alright, and coming in at number 2 we have Pau and Marc Gasol, the best sibling duo in NBA history. Pau Gasol was a force in Europe before coming to the NBA to instant stardom. And Marc, well, let's just say he played professionally overseas. Ironically, he was just a trash throw-on from the Lakers in a trade for his brother Pau. But after he shed a few pounds, his coaches quickly found that he was an extraordinarily tough, skilled, and smart player. While Pau was dominating on his way to 2 championships with the Lakers, Marc was quietly working his way to being one of the best centers in the NBA, and he is doing a great job leading the Grizzlies to the playoffs year after year. Pau is getting older now, but he has found a great place with the Spurs, and this playoff series has been fun seeing them play each other.
Number 1.
At number 1 we have Rick Barry and his 5 sons and 1 daughter. Rick was the underhand free throw shooting, open court running superstar with the Warriors in the 1970s. His Warriors team is considered one of only a few teams ever to win an NBA championship with only 1 superstar, a far cry from the way the league is today. He had 3 sons who play in the NBA. John Barry was a staple role player for playoff teams like the Bucks and Pistons during the 90s and 2000s. Drew Barry is the all-time assist leader at Georgia Tech and had a short career playing for the Hawks, Supersonics, and Warriors in the late 90s. Brent Berry was the best player among Rick's children. He was a key player on 2 championship Spurs teams, won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest in 1996, and currently has his own segment on NBA TV called The Bone Zone. Rick also had a son named Scooter who played D1 basketball and 17 years overseas and won a CBA, NBL, and Belgian League championships. Rick's youngest son Canyon currently plays college basketball for College of Charleston, Florida, where he shoots underhanded free throws just like his father. His mother, Rick's wife, Linda, is an American former assistant executive director of the USA women's basketball team and former advisor to the Women's National Basketball Association. Linda Berry is also considered the most talented player in the College of William and Mary's basketball program history. Whew, that is a lot of talent in one family. I didn't even mention that his father-in-law also played in NBA, and his youngest daughter also played NCAA basketball. Wow, there's been a lot of talented families in the NBA. Did we miss any? Let us know down in the comments. And now it's time for the post-game interview. Our question today is, who are your favorite siblings in the NBA today? Click this card right here to vote in the poll, or let us know in the comment section below the video. Thank you for watching the video today, and thanks to everyone for all the support lately. This channel has seen a lot of growth in the last few weeks, and it's because of all of y'all. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week for James Harden's signature moves.